Fansite by Elisha Barnes. Fade in. Exterior shopping center parking lot day. Danni Montgomery, 36, is a height-weight proportionate with short brunette hair and is garbed in a white pantsuit. She drives a small SUV with a license plate that reads, "I smoke." She gives the horn a quick couple honks while she mindlessly drums her fingers on the steering wheel.
Come on, we have people at work here.
In front of her is a Buick mid-sized sedan, and it inches forward. At first it looks like no one is in the car, but then Danni spots a tuft of white hair which peeks out over the headrest.
Yo, low and slow, move it.
Initially, the old woman, 86, ignores Danni and slowly continues. When she arrives at the stop sign, she flings her car door open and stands outside it with a cane. With no more prompting, she begins to hobble around her car, and when halfway around, it stops and shakes her fist at Danni.
I'm 86. I enjoy taking my time. Someday, if you're lucky, you'll be where I am. You need to chill.
Seniors with an attitude is anything more irritating.
Danni inches her car closer to the old woman's, who right now kicks up her heels. Danni gives her horn a honk and leans out the window.
Haven't you heard? 86 is the new 50. Now get back in your car and go.
The older woman shakes her head in disgust and climbs back in her car. Once reseated, she checks both ways at the stop sign and peals out loudly.
Play again.
Exterior, next lane over, continuous. Danni starts forth and soon turns down a lane looking for a parking space. She finds one, jumps out of her car, and grabs an overstuffed black briefcase. She heads for a gifts and collectibles store called Teak's Treasures. Interior, gifts and collectibles store, afternoon. Danni walks inside and heads over to the counter where the store's owner, Joan, 56, awaits.
Joan, how nice to see you again.
Danni, it's nice to see you again, too. Where have you been hiding yourself?
Oh, some guy quit about 6 weeks ago, and instead of replacing him, they divvied up his territory. I don't get the opportunity to stop in and service my accounts as often as I used to.
That's how it is in the new America. Everyone's doing more, earning less, and seeing lots more doctors.
Everyone except politicians, that is. The reverse is true. Just shows to go, yeah, I got in the wrong line of work.
Danni looks around at the rows and rows of glass walls and aisle cabinets, each one stuffed with gifts and collectibles.
I always loved your space here. It's so harmonious.
Thank you. It cost me a small fortune in this shopping center. It didn't used to be a problem, but now I struggle each month to meet the bills.
How so?
It's the millennials. They're not a collector's generation. They don't linger over things, they just recycle them. The only thing they seem to collect is nights. And my older customers are downsizing or dying, which leaves the middle-aged, and they're all saving to send their kids to college.
So what you're left with is middle-aged singles who don't have any kids.
Basically, yes. A very select group. And even with them, collectibles are the first thing to go.
The front door opens, and in walks a casually dressed male, 42, who hesitates for a second before making his way to the back of the store, where there are several wooden shelves.
Well, I'm here to put the ka-ching back in your register. Check this out.
She hands Joan a catalog.
Joan, allow me to present Coven Equinox's newest line.
Danni, there's a woman burning on the cover.
I know, isn't that piece fabulous? The flames are so lifelike, it makes me want to grab a bag of marshmallows.
What am I looking at, Danni?
Witches.
Witches.
Witches. Welcome to the younger generation's first hot collectibles since they outgrew action figures and dolls.
What are these made of? Porcelain?
Danni nods.
Sounds awfully pricey to me.
Here, check Coven out.
She turns a couple of pages of the catalog.
These figurines depict the trials and tribulations of real witches in Salem. Young people are going to go nuts over them. Witches are hot, no pun intended. Look, here's a witch in a dunking chair. Here's one being tortured, and my personal favorite, a witch on the courtroom stand with children rolling around pretending they are possessed by the devil when they are in her presence.
I don't know, Danni. Somehow I don't see my customers embracing the idea of a woman drowning in a chair. But let me do this. Can I keep this catalog?
Sure, and here's a price list to go with it. But remember, Coven isn't for your current customers, but rather it's going to build you a whole new base of customers.
Just then, the man from the back of the store approaches the counter holding a scrunched-up senior citizen with a tennis racket in her hand. He plops it on the counter and it falls over, but he's too busy checking Danni out to notice.
Good afternoon. How are you today? Will that be all?
Yeah. What's your name, sweetheart?
Danny with an I.
Danny. Sounds like a guy's name to me. Sure don't look like no guy to me.
That's because I have a very skilled surgeon in Sweden.
Huh?
Joan, softly laughing, wraps his cloth sculpture up in tissue paper and puts it in a bag.
That will be $13.77, please.
The man opens his wallet and extracts a 20.
Let me just leave you with one final thought before I skedaddle, Joan. Coven is being produced in a limited edition of 1,500 pieces per scene. We already have orders for over 900. When the 1,500 limit is reached, the mold will be broken.
Thanks for the heads up, Danny. Enjoy your weekend.
Take care, Joan, and you have my number.
Exterior shopping center parking lot day. Danny climbs into her car and checks the clock, which registers 3:30.
It's Friday. I'm calling it a day. Très bien.
She lights a cigarette and selects a CD from a messy pile on the passenger seat and slides it into the player. Music up, roll credits. Exterior on busy suburban road continuous. She departs the parking lot and heads to feeder roads for the highway. Once on the I-76, she sees a billboard advertising Lucille Lawson, 46, latest movie, Text Me. As Danny approaches the billboard, she gives Lucille a big kiss and wink. She exits on Lincoln Drive and takes a curvy road to her street in West Mount Airy. As she turns onto Elliott Street, she can't help but smile at all the rainbow flags decorating the front of the street's houses, including her own. Interior, living room, late afternoon. A German short-hair pointer bounds up to Danny and goes ballistic once Danny's fully inside.
Cleo, mon ami, how is God's greatest canine creation doing today?
She picks up the dog's front half and gives her side a playful slap.
Atta girl. That's my champion. Your granddaddy on your daddy's side was champion, which means you have champion blood coursing through your veins.
Cleo rewards her with a few sloppy kisses.
Come on, girl, let's go out.
The pair travels through the living room, which is dominated by expensive burgundy leather and teak furniture and a huge marble fireplace, and into the space-age kitchen, where the door to the backyard is located. Danny opens the door.
Come on, girl, let's go potty. Do potty.
And with these instructions, she leaves Cleo in the backyard and heads back to the living room.
I can't wait to get out of these clothes. I belong in a suit about as much as an elephant belongs in spandex.
Once inside her bedroom, Danny wastes no time tossing her suit onto the floor and dons a baggy pair of sweats and an oversized Sea Dog t-shirt. On his back is a graphic of a female buccaneer, and under her hiked-up skirt it reads, "Women who behave rarely make history." Danny hears the faint thud of the front door closing as she heads for the second-floor landing.
Ash?
Ashleigh Wellington, 38, has soft blonde hair that falls just below her shoulders, fashionable glasses, and, like Danny, is in shape. She enters the house and mumbles to herself.
TGIF, that's all I gotta say.
By now, Danny's on the first floor, and she approaches her friend.
Here you go.
As she reaches over and relieves Ashleigh of her briefcase.
Did something happen at work?
Work happened at work. The president is making a presentation to the board of trustees next week, and she acts like she's addressing the nation. Sometimes Hirschman is a very difficult woman to work for.
Well, if anyone can turn difficulty into a rose, it's you.
Thanks, but every rose has its thorns.
I think you need a drink. What do you say you go upstairs and change while I open a bottle of Merlot that I bought on the way home from work today?
Deal, Neil.
Interior kitchen continuous. Danny heads for the kitchen, first to let Cleo in and then to uncork the wine. She pours a glass for herself and Ashleigh, re-enters the living room, and takes a seat on the couch to wait for her roomie. Cleo curls up at her feet. Interior living room continuous.
Knock, knock.
Oh, hey, kiddo. Your wine awaits.
Ashleigh is wearing her favorite pair of Gerbaud jeans and an expensively tailored button-down pink cotton shirt with matching pink Converse.
You look nice. Are you going out tonight?
Hey, girl, how you doing?
She takes a glass of wine from Danny's hand and hoists it gently in her direction.
That depends on you. Guess what I scored?
She waves 2 tickets in the air.
Your period?
No, you Nimrod. 2 tickets to the sold-out show of Text Me at the Ritz.
Danny jumps out of her chair, careful to step over Cleo.
Oh my god, you're kidding. How? Where? Why? Who? That show's been sold out for weeks.
Nancy Kalowski in the province office gave them to me. Her and her hubby were going to go tonight, but he's hurt his back. He's totally horizontal.
What a shame. What a doll. What a night.
She is a doll. I felt really bad for her because she's like you. She adores Lucille Lawson. That, and her boss is the meanest, nerdiest, cruelest bastard on campus. He really gave her a hard time today. Academia is the revenge of the nerds.
Danni heads up the steps and turns around halfway up.
So why do you stay?
The same reason we stayed at the paper for so long. The pay and the bennies.
Both women head for Danni's bedroom, with Cleo not far behind. Once inside, Ashleigh sets about picking up various clothes and underwear scattered throughout the room.
Have you ever heard of a hamper? How about a hanger?
Ashleigh picks up her white suit and hangs it up.
You don't have to do that, Ashleigh.
Yes, I do. If I waited for you to pick up your clothes, they would be out of style. Look at the mess in this place. You're such a bankster.
Bigsters are us. That's me. Uh-oh. I feel something welling up. I'll be back in a few.
May the dumps be with you.
She looks around the room when her eyes alight upon Danni's messy desk and an open notebook. She slinks over and takes a seat.